Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is that time again to do an updated PM skincare routine. And this involves everything that I do at night to get ready for bed, to take the makeup off the face, to put the skincare on, all the steps. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of products because I love skincare. I get sent a lot of skincare. I buy a lot of skincare. I try a lot of skincare. I have a lot of skincare. I like to mix things up. So I will show you options within each step of my routine. I am popping in after I have finished my entire routine to let you know that I am 43 years old. I have normal to sometimes dry skin. I do get Botox. I haven't gotten it in about 4 months now. I have never had fillers. I have never had any other procedures other than some facials in office. So that's what we're working with. I have already washed my face at the sink, and for that, I used 3 products. The first is the Isden Micellar Solution 4-in-1. This is a micellar water. I have started using this instead of a cleansing oil and cleansing balm. I will put a video card up as to why if you want further explanation. I'm almost done with this one. I also have a micellar water from Eucerin and one from Bioderma, but I'm trying to finish this one up first. And it works great. Now with that, I use my Clean Skin Club extra large face pads. So they come like this. There are 60 pads in this box and they look like this. So I will put one side, do half of my face, the other side, do the other half. And these work great. I get all of my Clean Skin Club products from Skin Truth. I'm almost done with this box, but I have one on the way. Clean Skin Club products are biodegradable, so I feel a little less guilty about using single-use products. For my cleanser, I used my favorite Definage One Step Multi Cleanse. This is a gel cleanser that I've talked about quite a few times. I'm probably almost done with this one. I have one in backup. I have already gone through an entire one. Recently, I used to use it a few years back. I love this stuff so much, so I use these two to take off all of my face makeup. And then I do need to go back in with a separate eye makeup remover because I use mascara primer, I use an eyeliner in my waterline. Sometimes micellar water and face wash doesn't get it all. My favorite can no longer be found. I'm gonna show it to you anyways, but I will link another one of my favorites if I can find it. The Sephora waterproof eye makeup remover has been out of stock. I haven't been able to get it, but that is my second favorite. This is from the Body Shop. This is a Chamomile Gentle Eye Makeup Remover. Body Shop stopped all US sales. What? Like it was overnight. I don't think anybody knew that was gonna happen. I was surely taken aback, and I am so sad that I cannot get this anymore because it was my favorite. But I have just a little bit left, and that's what I use tonight. The next step in my routine is something I started incorporating probably about 2 months ago, and it has done a lot of good for my skin, and so I don't want to give it up. But this is a hypochlorous acid step, and this is in the form of a spray, and it's the Hydrinity Skincare. This says antimicrobial cleanser, but I think this is the old packaging. I think it's called something different. I will have it listed in the description box. But I use this directly after cleansing my face, and I will spray 4 sprays. 3 across and then 1 kind of on my chin. Cover a little bit of my neck because I do tend to get breakouts on my chin. And what this has done, it's really helped with fungal acne breakouts. It's helped with regular breakouts. It helps with inflammation. And it's just antibacterial goodness for the skin. I was using it twice a day, but now I'm only using it a night. So it's going to last me even longer. And I love it. The trick with hypochlorous acid sprays is that you need to let it dry down. So while I am waiting for it to sink in, I do my next step, which is actually the portion of the video today that is in partnership with Currentbody. If you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that I love Currentbody products. I'm going to talk about 2 of them in today's video. I have used them for now years, some of them. This particular product I have been using for about 8 months. And this is to show you where I use it in my routine, but also to give you an update. And it is the Currentbody LED Hair Growth Helmet. I always laugh when I either show this or pick it up or do anything, quite honestly, with it because Chad gets a real kick out of it when I wear this. But this is something that has definitely benefited my thinning hair journey. I do a lot of things for it. I have seen a difference since using this. And what this does is it uses 640 nm of LED to help fast track regrowth of your hair. It increases blood flow to the hair follicles. It increases circulation of the scalp, all of which are needed in order to strengthen the hair follicle and extend the growth phase of your hair. It targets receding hairlines, hair thinning, reverse pattern balding. It's for men and women. Anyone can use this. And it works in as little as 10 minutes a day. So it is a 10-minute treatment. It also has Bluetooth. See these little speakers right here that fit over your ear? It will connect to your phone or device, and the 10 minutes flies by because I'll listen to a podcast or I'll watch a video, and before you know it, it's done. It's very easy to use. The only time I don't use this is when I travel. But other than that, I use it every single night. I am going to cut away to a pop-up that I showed before, but I think it's important to see kind of the visual aids of how this works and helps maximize hair regrowth in as little as 16 weeks. In the first 4 weeks, the LED light increases the blood flow in your scalp. And then from the 4 to 8 weeks, the nutrients move to the surface of the scalp, so that in the 8 to 12 week period, the hair follicle moves into the growth phase. And then in that 12 to 16 weeks, with the regular use of the LED, it helps the hair stay in the growth phase for longer. It helps me personally, and how I have found the most benefit from this. I have less fallout, I have less breakage, and I definitely have growth. I took my hair down so you could see, and I'll try to zoom in. This area right here is probably my main area of concern. And hopefully you're able to see this new growth right here. You can see right there. It's filling in more back here. The same can be said on this side. Look at that. I did not have that before, and you can see because it's not near as long as my other hair. And then I've been noticing, because I usually flip my hair over to this side, I kind of have this like natural cowlet going on, so it always is a little raised right here. But I've been noticing that it's laying a little weird right here, and that's because this area right here is much shorter than my hair. It ends right here, and that's new growth. For sure, new growth. And it's just laying a little bit differently, and I have to get used to it. And if you have been with me for a while, you know that I used to put eyeshadow in my hair on my scalp to make it appear fuller. I have not done that in months. I don't feel the need to. I'm not uncomfortable with the way my scalp looks with my hair now. I've seen a huge difference. And one more reason that I love this is that I personally cannot take hair supplements. I cannot take biotin in large amounts. I will break out. So this is a great alternative to that. You can obviously use both, but for someone who cannot use supplements, I love that there are options like this available. So while my hypochlorous acid spray is setting into my skin and drying, I will put my helmet on just like this. Oh, and this comes in different sizes. I'm in the small medium. Just like this. Turn it on. Just told me it's connected, so I can use Bluetooth, and I will hang out for 10 minutes and wait for this to be done before continuing on with the rest of my routine. Just because it's so fun to watch me in this, I do have a discount code for this. It is Mandy MUA, and it will get you $128 off of this device. I will have it listed and linked down in the description box if you're interested in checking this out. And I know a couple of y'all have gotten it since I've talked about it before, so please let us know your thoughts down in the comment section. Okay, done with the hair device. Let's go on to the rest of my skincare routine. I will say that before the hypochlorous acid spray, if it is a night where I am doing my red light, I will use my Currentbody Skin red light mask. However, I have found that my skin loves this mask the most and loves red light therapy the most, doing it every other day. And I did it last night, so I get to skip tonight. But since it is a part of my routine every other day, I wanted to mention it. All right, so after that hypochlorous spray, that is when I go in with my toners and essences. I used to have 4 or 5 different toners and essences that I would use and layer until I realized that I cannot tolerate a large amount of fermented ingredients in products. and a very large amount of my toners and essences contain that. So I have gotten it down to 2 toners and essences that do not contain ferment, but are still very hydrating, which is the purpose of using them for me. I'm gonna say this wrong. I'm gonna try. This is a Sukiyaka Suhada Urea Moisturizing Toner. Hopefully I said that somewhat right. So this is a toner that I apply with my hands. I press it into my skin. Don't you love my self-tan hands? Nice and fresh and orange for you. I take all of my toners all the way down my chest. That's why I'm wearing a tank top today, because I wanted to be able to show you how I do take everything down. Urea is a very moisturizing ingredient. This also contains ceramides, lots of different extracts, hyaluronic acid, very thin, sinks in very fast, but also very hydrating. And then I have been loving the Astura Auto Barrier 365 Hydro Essence. This is a little bit thicker, so I choose to use this second. This has glycerin, squalane, urea, glutamic acid, tocopherol, so many things I can't even, I mean, this is a long but very good ingredient list. It has some cholesterols in it, some uric acid, which is an antioxidant. Again, it is thicker, so I'll take probably 4 drops of that and put it over, I need a little bit more for my neck. Put it over the Urea Toner. Oh my goodness, y'all. Now, you do not need 2 different essences and toners. If you don't want one, you don't have to do it. If you only have one and you want to get a lot of hydrating benefit, you can layer it on itself as many times as you want. But I've just come to really like these 2 together. The next step is going to be one of 2 products. I'm either going to use my Calecim Professional Pigment Solution. I talked about this in my Calecim video. This is great for any kind of hyperpigmentation. If you've got some post-inflammatory erythema, which I really struggle with, just uneven skin tone in general, this is really good for that. It has alpha-arbutin in it. It has tranexamic acid, lots of great things for hyperpigmentation and discoloration, but it also has the amazing growth factors and exosomes that Calecim is known for. Or I will use my Madagascar Centella Ampule from Skin 1004. I tend to use every other night. I used this one last night, so I will use this one tonight. And this is basically straight Centella asiatica extract, which is a very soothing, calming ingredient. And this is really watery in texture, and it's very similar to the toners and essences that I just used, which is why I use it in this step before my next one. A lot of the K-Beauty serums that I love contain ferments in them, and I just have not been able to use them lately. This one doesn't, and my skin really likes it because, again, it's such a soothing and calming ingredient. Now I'm gonna go on to eye cream, and the reason I'm doing this in this step is because I'm doing Tretinoin in my next step, and I really like to have some eye cream underneath my eyes to buffer the Tret from getting too far up. I know there are people who like to use Tretinoin under the eyes. I'm not one of them. It's too drying for me. I feel like it actually makes my under eyes look worse. It's just not worth it to me. So I'm gonna be using my Calecim Professional Eye Contour Lifting Cream. I recently got this. I haven't been using it for about a couple of weeks, but I really like it. It's this like peachy color. It's got, it's between like a gel and a cream, and it has the calcium, growth factors, and exosomes, which I love. So I'm just patting that under the eyes. And then I am not waiting for my skin to dry down. I don't worry about that anymore. Not everybody can do that, but I have gotten so used to my Tretinoin, my skin has retinized. I only use 0.025. And my skin likes it. It's actually easier to spread around like that. So I just use the, who is this from? Paragrow. I use narcs.com to get my Tretinoin. So this is it right here. I use about that much. I do not use this on my neck. I dot it all over. I also don't keep it from around my mouth or around my nose because I don't get irritated in those places. I put it all over my face except for under my eyes. going to be a personal preference whether or not you use this product. There are some people who swear it is not good for the skin. It is the gold standard. It has 5 decades worth of clinical studies and research behind it, and my skin personally loves it. In fact, I feel like right about now, I've been using this for about 7 months now, and I feel like my skin is finally saying, yes, we really like this, because that's about how long it takes to start seeing any kind of results with Tretinoin. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but man, it's worth it, at least for me. Now, sometimes I will stop at this point and I'll go do whatever I need to do. Again, fix dinner, just do whatever. If it's like 9 o'clock at night, I'll go watch a show and I'll let it sink in for like 10 to 20 minutes. Sometimes I will go to this step before I get in the shower. By the time I'm out, I will go on with the rest of my routine, which isn't a lot. It's just a couple of more products. And I will mention that all of the products that I used before my Tretinoin do not have any occlusive ingredients in them. So I am not using the sandwich method. I don't need a barrier anymore. If you do, you can use a moisturizer underneath your Tretinoin, but I have nothing that would occlude the full penetration and full benefits of that Tretinoin. On nights that I don't use my Tretinoin and I'm not using any kind of exfoliant, I will use my Truology A squared. This is my favorite retinol serum or retinaldehyde. I also love Medicate, but I'm out of that. And this is a 0.2%, which is the highest over the counter you can get. If you cannot handle Tretinoin, I highly recommend this, highly. I'm almost out of it and I'm not going to repurchase it right away because I will probably just end up doing Tretinoin like 5 nights a week when I'm not exfoliating. But hands down, if it's so good. It is such an all-in-one amazing product. I think I mentioned in an empties video how I had used the last of this product and just remembered how much I adored it and my face loved it, and I repurchased it. The Osmosis Rescue. This is something I use every single night, whether I use my retinaldehyde, my Tretinoin, or if I use my exfoliating products. I will use this because my skin loves it. Now, because typically I will wait a little bit in between these 2 steps, I'm also gonna mix this with a mist. This is a lab sample that Brianna Stanko sent me to try out for her new mist that is launching next month. And y'all, this stuff is phenomenal. It is so good. You know she doesn't make a product where she doesn't pack it with beneficial ingredients. I mean, pack it. It is ingredient after ingredient after ingredient that is so good for your skin. I'm gonna do 1 pump of this and talk through it and 2 spritzes of the mist. I actually went out of town last week and I didn't want to take both my bottles of essences. So I repackaged the Urea essence in something smaller. And then I took this with me and I used it as an essence. I would spray 4 or 5 sprays in my palm and I would use it. And it worked so well. I'm talking, be on the lookout. Follow her if you're not already. Follow Truology on Instagram so that you know when this launches because you're gonna want it, I promise. This next step is seriously something you do not have to do. You don't have to do any of this. I'm just showing you what I do. And because I absolutely love my vegan kombucha tea essence from Dr. Circule, it's one of the very few things that I can use that has a fermented ingredient in it. I just don't want to give it up. It's so hydrating. So I'm going to shake that up. It is biphase. It needs to be shaken up. And I use this as kind of a moisturizer primer. And the reason I do this now instead of in my essence steps is because it does have oils and occlusives in it. So I would rather it kind of help keep everything in underneath it versus keep anything out on top of it. So I use it before my moisturizer. I don't know that I'll be doing this step when it gets really hot outside. I'll have to see how my skin feels, but right now I'm loving it. I have a few moisturizer options because again, I just love skincare. And I don't know which one I'm gonna use tonight, but actually I have 4 moisturizer options. This is a duo that I love from Stratia Skin, and it is their Interface Peptide Cream, and then the Lipid Gold Skin Strengthening Bioidentical Serum Lotion Hybrid. And I like to do what they call the Stratia Egg with this. 2 pumps of the white cream and 1 pump of the yellow cream, mix them together. I really, really like these. They are packed full of ceramides and oils and peptides, and they work really, really well at keeping my face extremely hydrated. I also have been trying out the Estura Auto Barrier 365 cream. So this is the cream that goes along with the essence. This stuff has just been raved about for so long, I had to try it, and I do really like it. It's very lightweight, it sinks in really well, doesn't leave me feeling greasy, but also keeps your skin uber hydrated. Just a very nice product. And then my 2 Calecim moisturizers or products that I would use in this step. This is the Restorative Hydration Cream, which I only got that much left. I use this quite a lot. And the Recovery Night Complex, which I talk about both of these again in my Calecim video. I highly recommend checking that out because I love this brand. I use this one probably 2 to 3 times a week, and I did use it a couple of nights ago, so probably won't use this one tonight. I think I'm probably gonna use this one, the Restorative Hydration Cream, and use that as my moisturizer. And then I will go and finish everything off with my Definage 8-in-1 Bio Serum. Do I think you need this if you have tretinoin? No. I think if you don't want to use tretinoin, it's a great thing to use to take advantage of those defensins that wake up those stem cells in your skin, put them to work. But you obviously can use it with tretinoin too, which I do because I love this and I don't want to give it up. And the only other thing that I do, because typically I will have this done at like 7 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock at night. It's currently 7:06 and I'm at the end of my routine. I will come back right before I go to bed. I will put a layer of this eye cream on. I am extra, y'all. I'm extra. I'm fully aware. I'm very self-aware, okay? You don't need to do this, but my under eyes give me the most trouble when it comes to dryness and fine lines. So I like to put as much hydration as possible. I will put some of the Stratia Lipid Gold. This is actually my second one. You will see the first one in my next empties video, and I will top it with my Prequel Skin Utility Ointment, which is basically just slugging under the eyes to make sure that hydration goes nowhere. And I love this. My under eyes love this. I don't want to give it up. And my neck cream from Definage, y'all. Again, y'all seen how much I put on my neck. Neck cream and eye cream are something that a lot of people are like, you don't need neck cream, you don't need eye cream, just take whatever you use and put it down your neck or put it under your eyes, and that's fine. But I like this. I get results from this, so I'm gonna use it. To me, this is a time of day that I really look forward to. It's therapeutic for me. I love the peacefulness of it. I love the self-care of it. I love everything about skincare, everything. So hopefully you found this helpful. Don't forget about the code and link that I have for the LED helmet from Currentbody down below. I will have everything listed and linked down below. I'll put what I actually used separate from what I recommend otherwise, so hopefully it won't get too confusing, but let me know if you have any questions. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.